You ever stumble across an old black and white movie that feels less like entertainment and more like a time machine? That's what it's like with The Shape of Things to Come. Back in 1936, director William Cameron Menzies took H.G. Wells' ideas and painted this huge, sweeping picture of what the future might look like. It's a film about war, peace, sickness, hope, and even the stars. Today, we're dusting it off and looking at 10 unforgettable things about the shape of things to come, what made them matter, and why they slipped away. 1. Guessing the next war. The movie begins with a chilling thought, another great war starting in 1940. Keep in mind, this was filmed in 1936, before the world knew how close World War II really was. To audiences back then, it must have felt like staring at a bad dream. 4 years later, it wasn't a dream anymore. 2. A war with no end. Instead of a quick fight, this war drags on for decades. Bombs fall, nations crumble, and life never quite recovers. People in the 1930s knew how bad one world war could be, but the idea of a war that never stops, that was terrifying. Watching it today, you can still feel that dread. 3. The wandering sickness. As if bombs weren't enough, the film brings in a plague, the wandering sickness. Folks stumble through the streets, fevered and hopeless, until the illness takes them. For moviegoers who still remembered the Spanish flu of 1918, this wasn't just science fiction. It was too close for comfort. 4. Everytown, the city that changes. The story takes place in a city called Everytown. At first, it's modern and lively, but then the bombs fall, and later it's rebuilt in shining glass and steel. Everytown is less a backdrop and more a mirror, showing how our own cities can fall apart and then rise again. 5. The pilots who saved civilization. Out of the ruins comes Wings Over the World, a group of pilots who rebuild society. They arrive in white planes, bringing peace and science wherever they go. In 1936, flying was still something magical, and the idea of aviators saving the future gave audiences a sense of hope in the middle of dark times. 6. A glimpse of 2036. The film leaps ahead a whole century to show life in 2036. Cities gleam with glass towers, machines hum quietly underground, and everyone seems to live in peace. For audiences living through the Depression, this must have felt like stepping into a dream. Whether or not it was believable didn't matter. It was beautiful. 7. Menzies' magic touch. William Cameron Menzies wasn't just a director. He was a designer with an eye for grand, bold sets. Giant halls, futuristic costumes, and sweeping cityscapes made the film feel enormous. Even now, the sets look like museum pieces of the future that never was. 8. The heavy hand of H.G. Wells. This wasn't just Hollywood guessing about the future. H.G. Wells himself worked on the script, making sure his ideas came through. That gave the movie a serious, almost lecture-like quality. Some loved that. It made the film feel important. Others thought it dragged. Either way, you can feel Wells in every scene. 9. No space monsters, no ray guns. What's striking is what the film doesn't have. No bug-eyed aliens, no laser battles, no pulp heroes. Instead, it's all about people, choices, and progress. That made it stand out, but it also meant it faded from memory once flashier sci-fi came along. 10 to the stars, or nothing. The movie closes with a bold thought. Now that humanity has solved its problems on Earth, should we risk everything to reach the stars? All the universe, or nothing, the film declares. It's not a happy ending, not a sad one either, just a big question mark left hanging in the air. That's the kind of ending that stays with you. Outro. The Shape of Things to Come may not be the easiest movie to watch today, but it's a treasure. A letter from the past, dreaming about tomorrow. Some of its predictions came true, some didn't, but all of them remind us how people once imagined the road ahead. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, give us a like, Leave a comment and subscribe. And tell us, if you could bring one of the film's dreams to life, which one would it be?